Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Morey Croson from the Performance Lab of California doing a speed breakdown here again today. Today it's going to be on Abdul Hakim Sani Brown. He is from Japan. I'm always interested in doing really two different types of things. One, somebody that is relevant, and I think Abdul Hakim Sani Brown is a good relevant person just because he's from Japan and also, has been making a big push in terms of his overall sprint. And also, the other thing that I also look for is something that is a little bit different within each individual that we can maybe kind of showcase and bring light to. And I think that Abdul Hakim Sani Brown really does that in his sprinting form. So we're going to break it all down here. The beginning part, what we'll see is his start. And really, he gets a very, very good start. And part of the reason why is because he actually has kind of what's called a C posture, where he has a really rounded thoracic spine, and so you can see how everybody's kind of leaned forward, but he's leaned forward the most, and I think he has some type of spine or shoulder kind of postural difference, right? So his spine's a little bit more rounded than the average person, and because of that, he's able to stay lower, and he's also, because of that, his shoulders have a greater range of motion in flexion extension, which is going forward and backwards, than the average person. So you can see he's still getting a lot of arm swing, even though his spine is not in a good position. Usually when you have a spine rounded like that, you're going to lose ability to move your arms, but he's able to maintain that, and I think that's just because his humerus, or the bone that's on his arm, is kind of internally rotating. We see that more as he continues to run here. So now he's going to start getting into a sprint, and I honestly kind of feel like while Abdul Hakim Sani Brown, he has a lot of great potential, I feel like he's at a big risk for injury, and we'll go into why here. If we watch how he is running, he really has a lot of rotation to the right, but then when he goes and takes this step here with his left leg, he really doesn't get very much rotation back to the left part of his spine. And when we go here, you can see he gets a lot of rotation to us. He turns his upper body a lot to us, gets that left leg going, and really he's probably really strong on that left leg push-off. And so he's able to propel himself forward a lot. But then when he goes back onto his right leg, we can see that he just doesn't get himself back over very well. He might just be quick off that right leg and maybe very efficient, but his power leg is definitely his left leg, as he's able to generate a lot of force there. So I think he's at a bit of an injury risk, okay? And if we look at his stride, I mean, he does a lot of things really well, right? He has a very good foot contact time. As it starts to get in front of us, we'll be able to better see it. But he's not spending very much time on the ground. He's doing an excellent job getting that range of motion, keeping his heel to butt. But what makes his run look so interesting is that rotation. So now we can really see, now he's in front of us. See how when he takes that step with his right foot, how he turns and his almost whole chest is facing towards us. And then when he goes back with his left step, now he just goes into the center, right? It would be more symmetrical if now we saw kind of his back, or if he was rotating over the other side. That would actually look more normal to us. But since he only does it to one side, which is this side here, that's what makes his run look kind of funky. He also, he has that internal rotation of the shoulder, so or that humerus. So now when he's running, he's coming through, and he's actually coming through kind of leading with his thumb and making it so his shoulders are having a lot of movement here. Usually the shoulders are kind of locked in, where it's like thumb leads it going forward, and then pinky leads it going backwards. What he does is he really leads it with his thumb both ways, so he comes all the way through, and then he'll turn that hand to make it so the palm's facing backwards as he's going back, and that makes it so even though he has the postural kind of problem where he has that forward lean in the spine, he's still able to get that shoulder range of motion because of how he moves those arms. So just to give a little bit of science and a little bit of understanding from an anatomy perspective, how he runs and still has the ability to do what he does. He's not really doing much that affects his lower body. He's still, everything in the lower body is pretty normal. On the right side, looks like he gets into a little bit more external rotation with that right foot when he lands, and that might help him get off that right foot faster and be a little bit more efficient. But left leg is very, very normal, very quick, very The range of motion there is all good, but what's very interesting about him is his ability to rotate in the spine, and also how he moves his shoulders. And I would actually think, just because of the power leg being so primarily on the left side, I would say he has a little bit of a risk for injury on that left side, maybe left hamstring, maybe left groin. And I hope, I know he's getting older now, I hope that he's able to, make sure that he stays symmetrical and stays, keeps all the muscles active on both sides rather than just becoming too one-dimensional, because if he becomes too one-dimensional, that's where the injuries are going to end up happening. So even though he has this running form, and maybe you don't change the running form because of how successful he's been, he's definitely got to start training some of the muscles on the right leg to, just have overall better power. As well as make sure that he keeps good range of motion within that left hip, or else he's going to, to me, he's going to have some type of problem down the road. So overall, though, I mean, he's a great sprinter, and he does some things that are really cool. I think that the internal rotation of the shoulder is very creative, makes it so he can get that good shoulder flexion extension, good shoulder movement, even though he has the limitation. And so, as long as he can continue to have success there and doesn't do anything to his shoulders, to his back, then I think that he should be good there. It's just going to be lower body where he ends up could potentially have a problem. So I just want to give some insight into Abdul Hakim Sani Brown. I guess if you have any questions, please email me. My email is Morey, Morey, at yourperformancelab.com. Also check out our membership page. We have a lot of cool information about how you can run faster, how you can throw harder, different exercises to keep you out of pain, as well as check out our YouTube channel to see other sprint breakdowns, throw breakdowns. We'll start getting into some other Olympic lifting type stuff as well. Just want to try to give you as much value as you can for anybody that's following us, and just give more information about how to properly use the body to perform better and also stay out of injury. So as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.